The heat of 1847 settled over Louisiana like a relentless illness, heavy and unrelenting, carrying the mingled aromas of blooming flowers and hidden decay, a deceptive fragrance that hid the underlying corruption. In St. Helena Parish, where vast fields of cotton rolled out endlessly to meet skies that promised no relief, the Caldwell plantation stood as a towering symbol of dominance. Governor Edmund Caldwell claimed ownership of it all, 20,000 acres, 300 bound lives, and a spouse whose elegance was whispered about in drawing rooms from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Amelia Caldwell was a picture of refinement, dressed in fine fabrics and jewels, her fair hair impeccably styled, her demeanor a perfect example of high society poise. At 32, she had perfected the skill of being gazed upon without being truly seen, adored without genuine connection, coveted without comprehension. Yet, under the layers of fine clothing and polite manners, beyond the rehearsed expressions and weekly devotions, Amelia Caldwell felt like she was slowly being smothered. The grand house was a showcase of lavish Southern indulgence, with tall white pillars stretching skyward, floors of imported marble, and light fixtures that shimmered like captured ice. It boasted a dozen sleeping chambers, though only one was shared by the married couple on rare occasions. They lived in distinct parts of the home, leading parallel existences worlds apart within the same walls. Edmund Caldwell, at 57, had a visage shaped by ruthless drive and solidified by authority. His rise in politics rested on the pillars of agriculture, negotiation, and the deliberate oppression of those he viewed as lesser. He preached about advancement and culture, all while his fortune was soaked in the toil of those laboring beneath the harsh sun. He regarded his wife much like his land, as an asset, a mirror of his status, evidence of his control over life itself. Amelia understood her role in this setup. She had grasped it since her father traded her prospects for alliances when she was just 17. Wedlock wasn't about affection but exchange, not equality but display. She performed it flawlessly, the charming entertainer, the loyal partner, the emblem of sophistication essential to a leader's image, until the moment she encountered Marcus. It unfolded in the horse barns one morning toward the end of May, when the warmth was still bearable, and nature feigned kindness. Amelia had gone to examine a fresh horse her husband had acquired, yet another symbol of prosperity. She seldom strayed to the operational areas of the property. Her domain was limited to flower beds, sitting rooms, and the stifling rituals of midday gatherings. But that day, pulled by an unrest she couldn't identify, she strolled beyond the floral paths, past the lodgings of the indoor staff, to the barns where outdoor laborers sometimes appeared for fixes and provisions. He was fitting shoes to a horse as she stepped inside. Marcus, 30 years old, was cataloged in the ledgers as asset number 47, bought in 1839 for $800. He towered at 6 feet, his frame forged by toil that would crush ordinary folk, his complexion deep like the soil after a storm. But it was his gaze that halted Amelia completely. Eyes that didn't drop in deference, didn't yield, didn't enact the humiliation bondage required. He held her stare for 3 endless seconds, then resumed his task. Amelia sensed a fracture deep within her, a seal breaking on something she'd buried so deeply she'd forgotten its presence. She remained rooted, observing the skillful gentleness of his movements, the trails of perspiration on his arms, the soft murmurs he offered the animal, words free of dread or fury. Only a serene resilience that defied a system built to shatter it. "You," she murmured, her tone faint. "What's your name?" He kept his focus downward. "Marcus, Mom." "Marcus," she echoed, the sound blending reverence and sacrilege. She departed silently, her pulse racing, her fingers quivering beneath delicate gloves. That evening, food held no appeal. Sleep evaded her. She reclined next to her husband's rumbling breaths, fixated on the overhead beams, envisioning solely those unyielding eyes, eyes that rejected ownership, refused insignificance, declined to fade away. In a sensible reality, in any tale valuing caution and reason, Amelia Caldwell would have retreated to her embroidery and visits, and Marcus would have stayed defined by statute and object, not an individual, certainly not someone of consequence. But emotions ignore statutes, and certain cravings, once stirred, can't be subdued through denial. Their next exchange occurred in the flower garden 3 days on. Amelia had started wandering there at dawn, before the household awoke, before her daily act commenced. She convinced herself it was for fresh breezes, for quietude, for anything except the truth bubbling up. Marcus was trimming the blooms. His assignment there wasn't odd. The bound workers on the Caldwell grounds were omnipresent yet unseen, noticeable only when required, overlooked when bothersome. But Amelia sensed, with the intuition of remorse and longing, that his placement was intentional, perhaps by the supervisor, perhaps by destiny drawing them near once more. "They're lovely," she remarked, nodding at the flowers. "Yes, Mom." His response was guarded, impartial, devoid of anything exploitable. "Do you have kin, Marcus?" The query lingered in the sticky atmosphere like a hazard. Bound individuals weren't meant to possess families in meaningful ways, not safeguarded by rules or empathy. Their ties could snap at sails, existing only until they hindered the owner's gains. "Had a wife once," he replied softly, his hands unwavering. "Sold away 7 years ago. To Alabama, they said. A daughter, too. Never learned her fate." Amelia's breath caught. Such tales were commonplace. The ambient sorrow of regional existence tolerated misfortunes that let her kind rest in luxury, while others endured restraints. But from his mouth, witnessing the sorrow etched in his stance, it became tangible, splintering a core part of her. "I'm so sorry," she breathed. He met her eyes then, and a spark crossed his features, not optimism, too reckless, not faith, too unattainable, but awareness, the admission that she'd addressed him as human, that his grief counted, that his agony wasn't merely inevitable. "Sorrow changes little, Mom," he said, "but I appreciate it all the same." She yearned to express more, to decry the wrongness, to vow impossibilities, to bridge the gulf of brutality dividing them. But her words faltered, inadequate and absurd. Instead, she chose a riskier path. She returned the following dawn, and the one after. Initially, conversation was sparse. Amelia paced amid the petals as Marcus cared for them. The quiet between them pulsed with unspoken truths. Gradually, fragments emerged, insignificant yet profound. She inquired about the plants, and he shared their varieties, their requirements, the endurance needed to foster grace in unkind earth. He discussed cycles and cutting, knowing when to trim and when to nurture, and she perceived in his lessons a parable for endurance that tugged at her heart. She shared tales from volumes she'd perused, of lands beyond their state she'd never visit, of the hollow void in an existence crafted for show. She omitted her isolation, that would be too raw, too truthful. But he discerned it in her hesitations, in the gentleness of her tone when she shed her facade. The indoor workers spotted it first. Survival demanded vigilance, interpreting nuances whites deemed hidden. They observed Amelia Caldwell rising pre-dawn, her frequent garden treks, how she tarried when Marcus appeared and hurried off otherwise. Aunt Clara, the kitchen matron serving the Caldwells for 34 years, watched with seasoned eyes, unsurprised by much. She stayed silent but started placing wrapped rolls by the garden entrance, a minor gesture, a tacit caution, a plea against impending turmoil. For all knew the outcomes when pale ladies regarded dark gentlemen with more than apathy or scorn. Tales abounded of claims and mobs, figures dangling from branches, groups raised over a grin too kind or a stance too near. But Amelia and Marcus weren't grinning. They were sinking, alone and united, in sentiments forbidden to them. By June's close, their talks delved deeper. She confided in her union, not as grievance, that would be improper, but as guarded admission, the solitude, the sensation of ornament over person, the gradual choke of a path dictated by others. He described liberty not as locale but sensation, recalled from youth before his initial sale at 8, his mother's timber, the flavor of self-grown meals, fleeting instances of self-ownership. They avoided contact, upholding the mandated separation, yet bridged the void in spirit. Meanwhile, in the grand residence, Governor Edmund Caldwell noted his wife's renewed smiles. The cause eluded him, stirring unease. A figure of his stature grasped authority, restraint, the vigilant preservation of structure. A content spouse was ideal, but one harboring mysteries posed threats. He started observing, and in the workers' dwellings, whispers turned to supplications. July descended with fury akin to divine wrath. The sun bore down on Louisiana like celestial retribution, rendering air palpable, demanding exertion to navigate. The cotton expanses wavered in thermal illusions, and captive laborers drifted through like specters, bodies automated by fatigue, thoughts retreated to private sanctuaries. Within the Caldwell home, Amelia experienced the swelter differently, as delirium, as frenzy, as embodiment of her inner turmoil. She'd ceased deceiving herself. Her early strolls weren't for flora or atmosphere but him. Plain, dreadful, inescapable. Marcus had been shifted to duties nearer the primary building. The overseer, Silas Grant, infamous for savagery even in a cruel framework, ordered it without rationale. Whispers among captives suggested Grant suspected intrigue, positioning Marcus for scrutiny. Others deemed it chance, routine reallocations of human chattel. But Aunt Clara discerned truth. She'd seen Edmund's gaze tracking Amelia's paths, heard his feigned inquiries on her patterns, her sudden vitality. The governor wasn't knave, he was a hunter, deliberate and strategic, scenting discord. "Dear," Clara confronted Amelia one morn in the passage before her exit. "You're toying with flames that'll scorch beyond yourself." Amelia paused, gripping the frame. "I don't follow." "You do." Clara's tone held no malice, weighted by prior witness to similar sagas. "I've noted your glow post-walks, seen his glance as you go by. Nothing positive emerges from this." "We've committed no wrong," Amelia responded, desperation evident. "Intentions don't count. Perceptions do. What the governor assumes when he learns, and he will, Miss Amelia, always does." Amelia saw true dread in Clara's gaze, not for her standing or bond but Marcus's existence. Transgression here meant for her disgrace, separation, ostracism for him, news and blaze. A demise so vicious it'd warn heiress. "I'll take care," Amelia murmured. "Care won't suffice," Clara countered. "End it before it's irreversible." But irreversibility had arrived, both aware. That day, Amelia located Marcus in the tool shed near the barns, mending a damaged cart rim. The area was shadowy and confined, redolent of shavings and grease, their first true solitude since inception. No open trails for passersby, no vistas from the dwelling. "You oughtn't be here," Marcus stated, eyes averted, hands firm on the piece. "They're monitoring. Grant's probing my whereabouts, actions, conversations." "I know," Amelia echoed, her voice fracturing. Marcus laid tools aside, facing her. In the dimness, his features partially obscured, eyes capturing sparse rays through wall gaps. "Why come then?" Words failed her. How to convey 15 years as fragile display, exquisite yet empty, until 3 months prior when a forbidden man regarded her as authentic. How to voice awakening to visibility, audibility, recognition, not as accessory or obligation, but soul-famished. "Because I can't keep distant," she confessed, truth suspended like holy heresy. Marcus paused, lengthy. "Then, you grasp what befalls men like me accused of improper glances at women like you. Truth irrelevant. If she approaches him, irrelevant. They bind him to timber and..." He halted, muscles tensing. "Comprehend?" "Yes!" "Then no, I can't desire this. Can't permit desire. Desiring's lethal for my kind. What if my desire covers us both? World doesn't function thus."
"Miss Amelia." "Call me Amelia."
"Alone, no titles. Let me be merely a woman. Once." Here, something altered in his look. A fisher in survival's shield captives wore eternally. "You're requesting I discard all safeguarding me since grasping my life's not mine." I'm urging recall of humanity. Mine too. This, she motioned betwixt. This sensation's genuine, significant. Despite world's denial. Marcus regarded her extensively. Conflict evident preservation versus innate urge for recognition worth, relevance in a realm deeming him nil. At last, my girl's Lily. Daily thoughts. Does she recall? Alive. Thinks father abandoned, didn't strive, loved insufficiently. Voice faltered, couldn't rescue her. Wife neither, self none, awakened chained invisibly. You ask feeling, wanting, being beyond their mold. Know the pain. Amelia wept. Sorry, Lord. Shouldn't have, didn't say cease. Words ignited like spark to dry wood. Didn't deny feeling it. Marcus proceeded, tone raw from suppressed sentiment. See you eyes shut, hear you asleep attempts. Wake pondering your true listening, valuing my speech. Merely said it aches. But perhaps, pause, recklessness flashing. Perhaps worth aching. Amelia bridged the gap, hands seeking his impulsively. His rough, scarred by drudgery and force, hers smooth, adorned with gems costing lives in their economy. Interlaced, it evoked uprising and ruin. They stood thus minutes as eternity's mute, scarcely inhaling, clutching across supposed impassable rift. Amelia sensed his rhythm through skin-matching tremors. This is insanity, she whispered. Yes, they'll end me discovered. Yes, can't shield you, powerless. I'm merely, not merely. Marcus interjected fiercely. Person seeing me as such in this cursed world, rarer than riches, precious as liberty at times, to be seen truly. Long since felt. Then see me, Amelia pleaded. Not governor's spouse, not refined dame, not facade for others. Just me, pre-molding self. Ah! I see you, Amelia, he affirmed, name-bearer evoking rebirth. Terrifying. Since barn debut, your carried solitude mirroring mine, your gilded cage, silk over iron, your craving authenticity, not act or burden or expectations. What are we pursuing? Amelia queried, uncertain of instant or trajectory. Unsure, Marcus conceded, but wary surviving sans living, wary internal death for external life. If this sole human instant wanted mattering even momentary, costing all, perhaps worthwhile. Footsteps neared, they parted instinctively, terror faster than reason. Marcus seized tools, Amelia adjusted attire. By Silas Grant's entry, 6 feet separated, fitting mistress-servant poise, innocuous. But Grant no dupe, eyes darted, hunter assessing fear. 43, gaunt, weathered, face etched harder than skin, whip belted symbolically, threat sufficed most. Afternoon Mrs. Caldwell, false courtesy menacing, cyst finding, seeking barn chief. Amelia steady despite pounding heart. My horse limps left. Chief south stall, mom. This tool shed, no lady's interest. Certainly, pardon. She exited leisurely, dignity intact, passing Grant, his scrutiny tangible, archiving. That night, beside Edmund's snores, Amelia fixated overhead, phantom touch lingering. They'd traversed irreversible boundary, vulnerability lethal. Yet she couldn't halt. This affection lunacy, caged spirits revolt, surpassed security, vital over endurance. In quarters, Marcus touched palm, memorizing before loss. New doom imminent. His kind lacked joyful conclusions, ropes, flames, cautionary names. But shed instant alive, scene mattered. Enough for demise perhaps. Aunt Clara, sleepless, window, gazed main house. Witnessed a kin long ago youthfully. White lady, black man ignoring demands. Blood ended then, would now, she prayed. Uncertain for redemption or swift close. Compassion or equity. Absolution or fortitude against inevitable. For it neared, thick as August blaze marching like fiery legion. Storm brewed, breaking, it devour all. August transformed Caldwell grounds to inferno. Swelter so crushing even affluent languished, sluggish, fanning with luxuries, while captives toiled mirage, shimmering fields. Cotton ripe meant dawn, to dusk under sun's scorching purity. Marcus labored till hands blood, back protested, fatigue merciful thought block. But couldn't erase Amelia. She infiltrated every instant, light through foliage, wind in trees, chest pang unrelated to toil. Amelia, meanwhile, morphed unrecognizably. Mechanical spouse yielded to woman thriving on pilfered instants, dawn garden glimpses, Window sightings confirming existence. Speech impossible post, shed interruption. Grant shadowed like predator sensing quarry. Emerged wherever Amelia wandered, reminder of watchfulness. Assigned Marcus distant fields, grueling tasks, visible control. Proximity yet ocean, separation tormented, physical agony no remedy eased. Thus, Amelia turned recklessly penned missives. Began easing internal pressure, unshareable thoughts, confessions unspeakable. Wrote nocturnal in private parlor by flame, script looping like invocations or forbidden charts. Childhood, pre-father's trade for gain. Union intimacy, lacking demise. Meeting Marcus, dormant revival, terror exhilaration of vitality. Initially unsent, but post-fortnight silence, afar sightings. Crushing void post-real touch, she endured no more. Found means, Nora, 16, housemaid, potate hushed, survival clever, observant unobtrusively. Approach post-dinner, household fed. Nora, softly. Aid needed. Eyes widened fearfully. White request spelled peril. Yes, Mom. Cautious. Amelia proffered sealed fold. Deliver to Marcus, field worker. Know him. Nora's face terror-stricken. Mom. Police. Voice broke desperate. No risk, but none else. Must convey vital, or Mrs. Caldwell, call won't. You're unseen to them. Never truly notice? Words escaped, truth ugly. Sorry, mayn't you navigate unseen spaces? Reach where I can't. Please, Nora, girl-eyed note venomously, but saw Amelia's plea, perhaps mirroring white women's differing pains. If I promise something, anything, when explodes, and will, Mom, recall I followed orders, no choice, frightened, you mistress couldn't refuse. Reality struck, protect me, lie, remember powerlessness, less shielded, promise, safeguard regardless. Nora pocketed, plotting unseen delivery, risks like battle strategy, survival for rightless, unprotected, errorless. That eve, brief post-dinner respite. Nora slipped to field quarters, found Marcus outside hut, heat bearing inside vacant, staring exhaustion. Got for you, whispered, pressing, from big house. From, no name, power in names. Marcus eyed sealed treasure bomb. Who knows? Forgetting hard. Wise. No, wise slaves, bitter beyond age, lucky or dead stay lucky. A vanished Marcus alone. Waited sleepers. Shielded light, broke seal. Read Amelia's script first. Marcus, unsure this reaches, or you'll want if does. Must attempt, silence intolerable. Need you know unsayable. Dead pre-you. Melodramatic. True. Ghosted life. Scripted role. Others benefit. Forgot wanting, needing, feeling beyond duty, fear. Saw you, awoke forgotten slumber. No impossible, world on us reaching. Danger, Lord, danger. Each thought risks your life. Weight like pocket stones can't cease. Tried. Prayed strength, restraint, wisdom, release madness. But desperate, empty, aware, sans sight, speech, knowledge you exist. Think me back dead, unbearable. Said shed things worth hurt. Constant thoughts. Choosing pain over numb, peril over safe, feel over survive. Real living not exist, endure, but feel despite destruction. Ask nothing, no right. Part system thieving all from you. No feeling, wanting alters injustice. But if you feel what I see, possibility real us. Even letters, shadows, stolen, please reply. Not alone madness. Matter to you as you me. Yours wrongly, Amelia. Read thrice, hands trembling, throat constricted unsafely, articulated impossible beautifully, terrifyingly, replying mad, evidence visible, invisible, armament for foes. Burn, forget, self-protect as learned since property realization didn't burn. Pencil stub, scrap, script tight from illicit self-taught literacy, illegal, whip sail worse. Amelia, you speak dead pre-me, understand deeply, dead inside since 8, life not mine, since wife sold, held lily last, knew unsavable, dead meaningful ways, body works obeys. You entered barn, saw man not thing, something breathed thought gone, scared Amelia, scariest ever, scared plenty, hope dangerous my kind, wanting, feeling, taught kill internal human to survive, become machines work, obey no complain. You remind heart, hearts break hurts worse whip, think you constant, fields sun blinding, nights sleepless. Between moments forget self, feeling wordless, rightless, lethalless. But you matter, more than long recall. If fools me, fate's seal, everything down at least felt. Alive, truly brief. Right again. Dangerous, wrong no end, let alive longer. Marcus, missives, flowed August, September. Nora courier, bridging house, field, hidden in garb laundry. Did partly choiceless, favored, mostly grasped captives' loves. Joy reaches in denial world. Saw them shed once, looks reminded parents pre-sale. Love another white, takeable whim. Carried terrified, killable, sellable, beatable. Carried remember, human. Letters lengthened, intimate, honest. Amelia childhood, mother loss 12. Southern femininity suffocation. Marcus pre-bondage fragments. Others self-memory. Books Amelia read, Marcus wished openly. Dreams uninhabitable futures, world sans barriers. Love unspoken dangerous. Absolute confessional court usable. But present every line word letter C, no, value matter. Late September shifted all. Edmund found letters. Not seeking specifically jewelry for Allie's spouse. Amelia visiting, entered rarely, separate live spaces, convenience, appearance, marriage. Open desk drawer for key found fold. Curious Amelia orderly, unfolded, read Marcus's first response. Stood motionless, face blank, political mask, inside, cold horror unfurled. Reread. Search desk, found 8 hidden. Read every confession's feelings intolerable. Fundamental violation shaking upheld order. Folded, pocketed, exited. Downstairs foyer marble crystal veranda viewing fields. Stood smoking, contemplating. Others raged immediate. Edmund strategist. Revenge chilled effective. Plan meticulously, orchestrate perfectly. Consequences utter. Not mere betrayal or presumption. Order, power, hierarchy, maintenance. Some own, lives matter, others don't. Amelia Marcus dared imply lie equal humanity, worth, love, dignity. Real sin. Not intimacy. Southern racial crossings violent, one way. Acceptable white men, black women. But mutual regard. Humanity recognition. Slave white woman love worthy. Threatened society. Edmund would raise before allowing. Finished smoke crushed inside planned. Amelia sensed wrong returning. Silence charged storm pre. Staff hurried, eyes down blank knowing terrible, unspeakable. Nora hallway face fear tight. Mom urgent whisper. Governor your rooms. He needn't finish. Letters. Blood iced. Hidden thoroughly. Or thought. Not enough. Rooms first, quick, heart pounding. Drawer open, empty others too. All gone. Breathless room spun surreal, nightmarish, end certain. Evidence undeniable. Handwriting documented. Thought not self Marcus. Husband's wrath primary at him. White women forgivable, seduced, mad, weak. Black man above station. Affection, words human, equal, no mercy. Death. Found Nora. Warn him. Urgent. Shoulders gripped. Tell run tonight now. Mom. Tears. Grant 3 men fetched hour ago. Floor vanished. No. Ran stairs house. Humid eve. Dress entangling. Hair loosening. Decorum shed. Toward quarters. Horror unfolding. Saw pre-arrival men cluster overseer house. Torches shadow. Flame violence. Grant center. Marcus bound. Face bloodied. Stop. Raw desperate scream. Stop now. Men turned. Surprise embarrassment. White woman quarters running hair wild, dress ripped unseemly, shocking femininity code violation. Grant cruel satisfied. Mrs. Caldwell house return. No lady's sight. Said stop. Reach circle. Heaving eyes Marcus's. Expression heartbreaking, sad inevitability. Relieved conclusion.
Amelia, go quiet. Worse not.
Worse. Laugh sob. Nuff. Edmund's voice blade cut. Appeared house direction, slow, deliberate, face cold fury. Amelia house immediate, no. Word explosive. Wives not refuse husband's world time place. Women not defy men public, especially captives risking resistance ideas. Edmund neared, voice low dangerous. Return or carried, test not, then carry. Shaking steady. Not leaving. Flicker shock. Wife unknown, defiant unimaginable. Grasp done. Tight rage. Scandal, humiliation, destruction built. Grasp loved man decent, honest beyond you. Lightness, confession, freedom. 15 years decoration. Civilization proof, possession. First human not ornament. Hand flashed, slap sideline, stars, vision, blood, taste. Heard Marcus rage, sound lunge, 3 grabbed, holding brutal. Don't touch. Shouted. Mask dropped, revealing hidden intelligence, strength, love, rage, humanity, bondage stripped. See, Edmund men, terrible satisfaction. Presumption, audacity. Animal thinks right defend white woman. Feel beyond gratitude station. Happens forget place. Nothing wrong. Amelia upright, ignoring skull pain. Letters. Spoke. We stopped. Explanation worsens. No defense saves Marcus. Argument penetrates rage, pride fortress. Letters. Edmund repeated, pocket pulling. Read. Every. Love letters wife property. High standing woman illiterate legal slave. Turned Marcus. Taught self yes. Crime. Presumption, discipline need, hurt him, trembling, never forgive, leave, ensure consequence persons baden, New Orleans no man, you, laugh amused, leave what, resources, money protection, wife legally property near as him, threaten no powerless, always, only pretended permission, truth blow, right? Law society no independence, Mrs. Edmund Caldwell, husband extension, father possession no property contract leave sans permission, no standing finance power beyond grant, known abstract facing complete trap, privilege meaningless autonomy, devastating, happens. Judge sentence, you Charleston sister 6 months scandal fade, tell nervous collapse rest medical, gossip believe, madness explain else, return model wife, obedient silent grateful mercy no divorce, reputation destroy, turned Marcus. You crimes literacy correspond, be impossible. Punishment death usually. Fitting mind, stomach drop. Death terrible, quick. Fitting worse. Selling. Watching reaction. Tomorrow Mississippi cotton Vrick's place. Heard. Even torch Marcus pale. All heard Vrick's death disguised sale. 3-year expectancy. Brutal, horrific punishment over execution. Cannot. Whisperedman please beg, can will, work death slow painful, years contemplate presumption forget place. You wife no selfishness emotion control led destruction. No. Lunge grant grabbed rough. Monster. Innocence guilt not feelings, cold. Order measure, laws God man separate civilized savage. Master slave. Violated both restore cost whatever, gesture grant, holding cell. Ready dawn transport. Amelia, chambers lock. Guards. Speak none carriage Charleston tomorrow. Hate you. Flat. Absolute. Life rest every breath. Live with. Reply. Quiet. No scandal. Drag Marcus. No fight. Pointless. Excuse worse punishment. Past Amelia eyes met last. Sorry. Mouth tears. Head shake no apologize. Would again seen valued worth price. Gone darkness Amelia dragged mansion sobs humid night. Chambers locked guarded floor. Collapsed wept dry. Destroyed him. Feeling selfishness, prison refusal. Sentenced slow Mississippi grind. Loved destruction. Midnight sounds movement shouting chaos. Window flames. Quarters fire, not main. Sheds storage holding cell Marcus. Flames sky orange, red terrible. Watched glass pressed understood freedom fire over slow death. Marcus or others helped unknown. Prayed escaped, running darkness better. Survive. Fire contained hour. House safe. Chaos smoke confusion holding empty lock broken outside. No trace track rain midnight washed scent. Patrols rewards notices. Marcus vanished smoke ghost never existed. Edmund furious nothing done. Escape loss financial unprecedented. Happens. Punishment terrible caught. Larger scandal manage career protect. Wife disgrace not destroy. Amelia Charleston next planned. Went numb quiet. Life drained. Letters burned, evidence gone, story palatable, wife breakdown, slave advantage, fled discovered. Husband mercy private. Society accepted wanted. Alternative white woman black man cared, equals love across race, power chasm threatening acknowledge. But Amelia knew truth. Charleston's sister room. Pity condescension, decided. Survive exile, return Louisiana roll. Never forgive. Search Elijah signs, survived north, alive, free, remembered. Small hope all. Mississippi swamps, night moving north star. Streams drink, steal, catch, eat, Marcus advanced. Body weak beating pre-fire. Hands raw lock break, weakened unknown helper. Risk great. Alive, free. Night pre-sleep hide. Thought Amelia, face voiders, shared impossible. Some loves die for this live for. North freedom unknown, memory light darkness. 6 months here then too. Amelia returned spring 1848. Thinner, quieter. Beauty grief dimmed, rage moved. Role mechanical, penitent, recovered. Lesson learned, place understood. Edmund accepted divorce, scandalous reconciliation over. Resumed separate, same roof, speak minimal. Meet obligation, performance. Night bed, ceiling, stare, ghost own life. No Marcus word. Not caught, north or died unfound. Believed former must, alternative unbearable. Plantation continued. Cotton plant harvest. Captives work suffer. Die replace. Edmund career advance. World cruel logic. Nothing change except Amelia despised world represented. Began small rebellions unnoticed. Taught house staff rid secret. Books chambers. Locked lessons. Extra food quarters. Medicine ill. Kindnesses not undo injustice. Ease suffering. Nora Alley. Letter carrier grown 20 sharper. Cautious. Think north. Nora late 1849, wardrobe sort, ostensible, private talk actual. Must believe. Amelia! Made something. Maybe trying was. Nora quiet. Feeling human minute worth, bad end even. Amelia young woman, trapped, survive dignity, intelligence, refuse broken. Wise years beyond Nora. Not wisdom, mom. Tell self through day. Years pass. Country slavery torn, pretended not. 1850 compromise paper divisions, no resolve. South tension. Runaways north, abolitionists louder, bondage economy fracture. Edmund paranoid rebellions, northern influence control harsher discipline. Grant free terror, punishments brutal, quarters fear constant, Amelia horror helpless. Powerless change, kindnesses drops cruelty ocean. Complicit existence house, plantation system grind humans profit, guilt, anger. Under Marcus want do, alive free thought her, legacy what? Winter 1852 decided. Document all names, stories, families, injustices. Grant atrocities detail. Edmund dealings, corruption, power, violence, fear, unknown use. Gathered, organized, hid note, look places. Dangerous. Discovered, punished, institutionalized, removed helpability. Did anyway, resistance only honor shared. Life mean beyond decorative suffer. Aunt Clara noticed change. 60s, body bent, decades labor, eyes sharp, seeing. Dangerous path, Miss Amelia. Day, kitchen, garden, alone. No. Think, save, paper words. Change this. Think, bear witness, say happened. People existed, crimes committed. Even unread, change nothing. Write down, Clara. Studied, nodded. Grandbaby sold last, Ruth. 12. Sang angel, right. Ensure, remember existed, name, mattered. Will, promise. Ruth everyone. Remembered. Mission. Captive stories, trust histories. Losses, children stolen. Spouses sold, parents killed. Wrote, record, memorial, indictment. Dangerous them her. Association, suspicion, rebel, trouble mark. Came anyway. Need remembered. Existence acknowledged matter. Spring 1853 changed. Letter arrived, not normal, not official. Slip Nora traveling peddler goods sale. Peddler free black Pennsylvania. Network info, people's secret rotes. Nora brought hands shake. Amelia open tremble heart hammer breath bare. Handwriting confident practiced 5 years prior. New immediate. Amelia alive. North. 2 years hide. Run near die count more. Canada free. Shouldn't write. Danger no. Had let no survived. Shared not destroyed. Good from pain. Read better here. Write proper. Carpenter job. Room own nobody take. Wake morning remember not property. Sometimes unbelieve real, but is real. Alive. Think you daily. No married still. Can't leave. Risk impossible. Not asking. Wanted no choice. Risk not nothing. Gave live for forgot want live. Remember human. Free. Whole choose path partly you. Saw when none. Believe worth. Don't know get letter. Reach trouble bring. Had try. Thank seeing valuing loving world impossible. Thank everything yours always Marcus read thrice tears shake body emotions name bear relief joy grief rage something purpose action crystallize. Found Nora. Help insane. Mom. Leave. North need stop sound white abandon life marriage world chase man unseen 5 years. Relation letters stolen mostly. Nora not shocked resigned relieved. Wandered decide. Watch thinner sadder angrier year. Figured choose die here live else. Can't just.
No money own travel. Jewelry. Interrupt.
Sell things. Me connections help run north. Not slaves only mom. White women bad marriages. Trouble. Disappear need. Underground railroad part. Not official. No people know. Serious give up even little. Connect you. Charles discover help kill probably matter fact. 24 tired Miss Amelia, scared tired. Watch love sold beaten death worked. Survive not live tired. Chance 2. Run north same. Both free. Hopester first years. Risk everything already risk born black Louisiana. Least risk change life not through day. Plan secret. Months prepare resources gather. Connections make. Cover story time by pre-Edmund realize gone. Jewelry sold peace. Claim repair reset. Clothes travel not society. Documentation continue. Take records evidence South atrocities. Wrote Marcus back Nora sent network. Marcus coming. When how unknown. Refuse ghost house. Despise man married. Complicit destroy beautiful human. Courage remember choices world no. Brave showed. Risk all whole possibility. Wait, long takes wait. Love you. Always done pretend notly. A letter August 1853. Finalize escape. September disaster. Edmund discovered documentation. Not accident. Watched suspicious behavior. Nora meetings. North questions. Found records chambers. Pages testimony. Names dates punishments. Sales atrocities. Evidence destroy reputation career life public. Rage ice methodical, no immediate confront, planned like 5 years letters, not exile separation content, ensure never threaten stories, testimony, ideas equality, justice die her. October 15, 1853 night motion, world flames erupt, fire midnight east wing storage old furniture draperies burn hot fast. Time staff realize flames walls corridors raced hungry living. Amelia woke smoke, shouting, disoriented not understand, smelled acrid, choke fire consume wood, fabric all, stumbled bed robe, mind escape, grab flee, door tried locked outside, terror flood, pounded, scream help, fire noise drown, smoke under door, gray wisp, suffocation, promise, pre-flames, Edmund locked, understanding blow, not accident, murder tragedy look, terrible fire claim unstable wife. Poor woman never recover breakdown, erratic difficult, shame loss, happen. Amelia sees pound think, door solid reinforce, not break window, ran curtains back, open tried, fastened shut. Likely day out chambers, exits blocked, escape sealed, planned perfect. But Amelia not survive 6 years except defeat. Heavy candlestick smash window, glass shatter glitter shards ground 2 stories, not survive jump better burn. Halfway clear frame, door crash open. Spun expect Edmund Grant finish. Instead, Nora face suit streaked eyes wild fear determination. Behind Aunt Clara 2 house women. Nora shout? No time. How? Broke lock. Move per place down. Ran corridors smoke. Fill rapid. Flames east consume advance central. Heat overwhelm oppress hard breathe see. Heard timber groan. Down staircase chandelier fall. Crystal thousands explode, marble deadly rain. Out front door lawn, join chaos staff. Captives fight fire, rescue possessions. Amelia no Edmund. Shout roar over. Don't know. Not seen fire start. Scanned crowd water, rescue. No Edmund Grant. Men direct response absent, unless not intend found. Inside. Certain. Good. Nora flat. Burn let. Looked young, mercy absence, understood earned. All suffered Edmund dominion, worked beaten, degraded, dehumanized, earned watch die relief. But Amelia couldn't. 15 years monster no love but history familiarity tangle share life poisonous. Despised hated justice want, not watch burn. Try find. Miss Amelia can't. Already running robe mouth, nose plunged burning. Interior hell visible. Flames climb demons. Smoke zero visibility. Heat intense skin blister proximity. Rooms walked thousands nightmare transform. Weir. Found study read letters 5 years. Plan vengeance business run misery built. Floor pinned beam face pain gray. Saw Amelia surprise. You. Gasp audible bear. Back came. Edia. Reply nearest S-beam. Massive oak. Impossible one lift. Why this Edmund? Kill me. Leaving anyway. Rid. Evidence. Gasp. Records. Documentation. North share abolitionists. Career, reputation, all murder instead. Forced hand, forced since looked slave human. Cough, blood, corner, fault Amelia, all. Place stayed, wife be, none this. Dead inside, not literal fire. Interrupt, prefer this. Alive first, feel, want matter, grab beam, lift. Not inch, go. Edmund, house down, can't save, no. Tried strain impossible. Try, not you me. Live self, not become you. Idealistic stupid. Edmund voice soft slight. Always problem? Or no? Reply problem. Mary 17 no not better. Else did. Felt loved. Solution not problem. Heard house groan floor tilt. Time out. Collapse minutes. Amelia. Urgent frighten. Go please.
Don't stop, decide. Want you die. Not really angry.
Was. Cove more blood. Sorry did you him all first apology 15 years. Little late meaningless cruelty, destruction face. Then Nora, Clara smoke appear angels, ghosts grab arms, pull beam, Edmund study consume advance flames.
No, fight.
Get out. Dead anyway. Clara blunt. Beam crush inside. Out even die. You not with. Not today. Drag burning, fight try back till through front door lawn. Land hard wind lungs knock. Breathe again, center collapse world end sound. Edmund died ruins mansion built captives backs. Body never found. Flames hot bone ash turn. Watched burn nightgrass Nora beside no speak. Around shock process lost gained next. Dawn break ruins gray gold. Realized records burned. Every names destroyed fire supposed her. But people documented alive, hear stories tell if listen. Now what? Nora quiet. Look, smoking remains people gather enslaved, free black, white displaced chaos. Don't know? Admit. Legally estate brother probably. Plantation continue. Still, couldn't. Property Nora finish. Yeah. Nothing change really. Big house gone you widow, quiet long. Then, still north soon arrange. Take who wants? Serious. Completely. Brother weeks Virginia arrive. Time chaos. No authority organization figure next. Window run then. They after. Probably.
Some make. Better none try. Met eyes.
Can't undo born. Change system. Past fix. Refuse participate. Use resources, money, connections. White invisible you not. Help escape. Not enough. Close not. Something Nora studied. Said Miss Amelia finally spine grow. Long enough took. Laugh despite. Sob amusement half. Late better never. See, next 3 weeks orchestrated largest parish escape. Jewelry left chaos transition. Transportation 17 underground routes north. Some Canada, others north states. Some caught, return punished terrible. But tried, chose risk certainty, hope despair, freedom possibility over bondage guarantee. Amelia Nora left together cold November morn. Brother arrived possession remains Caldwell fortune. Traveled safe houses conductors hidden wagons false floors walk forests night. Always north better promise. 4 months Canada reach. Found Marcus small town Toronto outside carpenter work modest room own face fuller remember eyes less grief more peace like. Door appear March 1854 6.5 years escape stared ghost.
Amelia.
Told coming arms cry hold desperate intensity hell cross moment. Married 3 weeks, scandalized free black community took Marcus, household defy convention escaped, Nora seamstress work, married former enslaved Kentucky, life help new escapees freedom establish, Amelia never south return, Canada Marcus 34 years 3 children free, educated no chains no, road experiences, published pseudonym accounts slavery realities beneficiary perspective then abandoned benefit. Died 1888-70. 3 house built together, children grandchildren surround, legacy 2 refuse world definitions who be mean each other. Marcus outlived 4 years. Spent finish project together memorial garden magnolia tree every died enslaved. Every story documented lost fire. Every life mattered world no. Memorial stands today descendants maintain, remembrance resist, run dare free, love boundaries keep separate, Louisiana Caldwell ruins legend, caution pride transgression, danger violate order, happen forget place. But no real story understand Amelia, Marcus shared sacrificed chose impossible odds ruins different, not warning, monument love powerful law, humanity fundamental hierarchy, things worth burn world protect, Caldwell dynasty end fire, scandal Edmund feared. But Amelia, Marcus story defiant impossible, beautiful survive, survival world destroy both, greatest victory all. To expand this tale naturally, let's delve deeper into the early days of their connection. adding a scene where Amelia secretly observes Marcus teaching a young enslaved boy basic survival skills in the fields, highlighting his quiet leadership and compassion, which draws her even more. One afternoon, as the sun dipped low but the heat lingered like a stubborn guest, Amelia found herself wandering farther than usual, her parasol shielding her from the rays, but not from her growing curiosity. She had heard faint voices from the edge of the cotton rows and, against her better judgment, crept closer behind a line of trees. There was Marcus, kneeling beside a boy no older than 10, showing him how to tie a sturdy knot for bundling stalks. "See here, boy," Marcus said in a low, patient tone. "You make it too loose, and it all falls apart when the wind comes. But too tight, and it snaps under pressure. Life's like that, find the balance, and you hold on longer." The child nodded, mimicking the motion, his small hands fumbling but determined. Marcus placed a guiding hand on his shoulder, not roughly, but with a firmness that spoke of protection in a world offering none. Amelia's heart ached watching this. Here was a man stripped of everything, yet giving what little wisdom he had to shield another from the harshness ahead. It was in that moment she realized her fascination wasn't just personal. It was admiration for a strength she lacked in her own confined existence. Adding another layer, let's include an extended dialogue during one of their garden meetings where Amelia shares a childhood memory of feeling trapped even then, and Marcus responds with a parallel from his own past, building emotional depth. As the morning mist cleared one day, Amelia sat on a stone bench amid the blooming shrubs, her voice trembling slightly as she spoke. "When I was a girl, perhaps 12, my mother took ill and passed quickly. Father barely mourned. He saw it as an opportunity to remarry for better connections. I remember hiding in the attic surrounded by dusty trunks, wishing I could pack myself away and emerge somewhere free from expectations. But I couldn't. I was already being groomed for this life, like a prize horse." Marcus, clipping nearby thorns, paused and looked at her with understanding eyes. "I get that. Sold first at 8, I hid in a barn loft once, thinking if I stayed quiet enough they'd forget me. But they didn't. Dragged me out, and I learned hiding don't work forever. But those moments alone, dreaming of a place where I wasn't just a line in a book, that kept a spark alive. Your attic, my loft. We both knew cages early." Their words wove a bond, making the forbidden feel almost destined to lengthen meaningfully. Introduce a new subplot involving Aunt Clara sharing stories of past rebellions on other plantations, warning Amelia but also inspiring her with tales of quiet resistance, adding historical texture. One evening, as Amelia helped in the kitchen under the guise of checking menus, Aunt Clara stirred a pot and glanced around before speaking softly. "You ain't the first to see beyond the lines they draw, child. Back in 31, there was talk of a big uprising down in Virginia, Nat Turner, they called him. Folks here whispered about it for months, dreaming of their own stand. Didn't happen, but it planted seeds. Small things like slowing work or sharing food in secret, that's how we fight without the whip coming down right away." Amelia listened, wide-eyed, realizing the depth of endurance around her. "Did anyone ever escape from here?" she asked. Clara nodded. "A few. One woman years back hid in a supply wagon to New Orleans, then north. Left her baby behind to save him later. Heartbreak, but hope. You think on that before you dig deeper holes." This conversation planted ideas in Amelia's mind, foreshadowing her later documentation efforts. Expanding the letter exchanges. Add more excerpts to show evolving intimacy, like one where Amelia describes a dream of freedom together, and Marcus replies with practical yet hopeful thoughts. In one letter, Amelia wrote, "Last night, I dreamed we walked a path lined with free air, no eyes watching, just us under stars that didn't judge. Woke with such longing it hurt." Marcus responded, "Dreams like that keep me going through the aches. But real freedom ain't just walking, it's building something lasting, like a home where no one owns the door. If we ever get there, I'll make sure it's strong. These added layers deepen their connection without repetition. To build tension, include a scene where Silas Grant confronts Marcus alone, hinting at suspicions and delivering veiled threats, showcasing the constant danger. Late one evening, as Marcus finished repairing a fence, Grant approached with a lantern swinging. "You've been seen lingering where you shouldn't, boy. Garden duties, or something else pulling you there." Marcus kept his head down, hammering steadily. "Just work, sir. Pruning as assigned." Grant leaned close, breath sore. "I smell trouble, and when I do, I root it out. Remember that last fellow who got ideas above his lot? Sold south, never heard from again. Keep your eyes on the dirt." Marcus nodded, but inside, resolve hardened. This threat only made the stolen moments more precious. For emotional depth, add Amelia's internal monologue during a formal dinner with Edmund's political allies, where she feels the stark contrast between her public facade and private turmoil. As laughter echoed around the table laden with silver and fine china, Amelia smiled politely at a guest's joke, but her mind screamed, "How can I sit here, discussing harvests and balls, when my heart races for a man in the fields? This life is a velvet noose, tightening with every false word." It fueled her determination to continue the risky meetings, extending the escape narrative. Describe a tense night on the Underground Railroad, where Amelia and Nora hide in a barn during a storm, sharing fears and strengthening their bond. Rain pounded the roof as they huddled in hay. "Dogs barking distant. Think we'll make it," Nora whispered. Amelia squeezed her hand. "We have to. For Lily, for Ruth, for everyone left behind." Nora nodded. "And for us. Free means choosing our stories now." This added human connection and peril. Finally, in Canada, add a scene of Amelia and Marcus planting the first magnolia in their memorial garden, symbolizing new beginnings amid remembrance. As they knelt in soil, Marcus,